Soon. Last time I talked about Barcelona, we had just lost against Atletico Madrid in La Liga. It looked as though things improved as we inexplicably returned to the 1-to-1 rule after our VIP box sale, meaning we'd be free of our previous transfer restrictions, which is good news for the Dani Olmo and Pau Victor registrations. Now that we've met our salary cap, we would surely... It's all good though, because after an ugly legal battle, Barca get another temporary registration for both players, although that decision is still being challenged. Anyways, back to our on-pitch affairs. Our first match after the new year was against Barbastro in the Copa del Rey, and it was a routine win. Despite the player rotations, Barca would barely be challenged as we cruised to a comfortable 4-0 win. There were some questions asked over how we only benched about half of our starters, and, you know, a lot of people were making fun of us for using so many first-team players against a fourth-tier side, specifically Real Madrid fans, but who cares? We get an easy 4-0 win, and it's on to the next round. And look at that, it's Szczesny's debut for Barca, and he was pretty good. Aside from a few shaky moments like unnecessary sweeping, he was pretty solid. Our next game would be in the Supercopa De Espana Final against Athletic Club, a much harder test, and once again, the question of who would start in goal came up. Shortly before the game, it was confirmed that Szczesny would start because Inaki Peña was late to training. Anyways, winning this match would not only lead us into the final, it would also be a crucial morale boost. It wouldn't take long for Barca to threaten as Rafinha skies a volley from close range. 6 minutes later, Rafinha had another chance to score, but his free kick is parried away. Barca would take the lead anyways as Gavi scores for the first time since returning from injury. The Coolers continued to look dangerous as several chances were missed, while Athletic Club were also looking for an equalizer. It would be our efforts that paid off as Yamal controls a Gavi pass beautifully and doubles the lead. There was no time to relax as Athletic Club kept pushing for a goal, looking dangerous on multiple occasions. But thankfully, Barca would maintain control of the game. Frankie, I swear to... What are you doing? What are you... Oh, that was too close. Despite that nerve-wracking mistake near the end, Barca closed out the rest of the game without incident. And now it's come to the final. Barcelona against Real Madrid, an El Clasico final, what everyone's been waiting for. In the other semi-final, Los Blancos secured a 3-0 win against Mallorca, but unlike what the scoreline might suggest, they weren't that convincing. So I had some confidence going into this match. Barca seemed to remember how to play football and had a pretty good chance of winning the final. Real, despite looking somewhat mediocre against Mallorca, seemed to figure out their problems from the start of the season. This led me to believing that Barca would win the final, but only by a small margin. It did not take long for the action to start as Mbappe quickly takes the lead for Real. Things were off to a bad start for the Coolers, but there's no need to worry, because despite having Federico Valverde at his disposal, Don Carlo decided to start Lucas Vazquez at right back. You can already see where this is going. Less than 20 minutes later, the high schooler equalizes for Barca. Not long after, Camavinga makes this dumb challenge on Gavi and Lewandowski scores his penalty. It was at this moment when everything fell apart for Real.
Is this real life?
Only 3 minutes later, Koundé delivers a beautiful cross for Rafinha to head past Courtois. Deep into stoppage time, Rafinha latches onto a through ball and lays it off to Balde, who makes it 4-1 to Barcelona at half-time. Just when the second half begins, Casado sends a through ball to Rafinha, who turns on the afterburner, evades Tchouaméni, and makes it 5-1. And look at this frame. Don't you think someone's missing? Not long after that though, Szczesny decided it was time for a smoke break and got himself sent off. So our best keeper was out, and Inaki Peña was being subbed on, with Real having a free kick at the edge of our box. Now, this was the moment I thought, we're gonna concede, aren't we? I was right. What happened after that? Nothing. I'm serious. Real tried to score more, but even though Barca were without their best keeper and down to 10 men, this was their only real chance after that. Every other play, Real had all the possession, but their attack was completely toothless. And like that, it was over. Barcelona lift the Supercopa De Espana, their first trophy of the season. My favorite. Delicious Madridista tears. They were honestly lucky Szczesny got sent off and forced Barca to let off the gas, otherwise this could have easily been like 7 or 8 for us. I'm running on a tight schedule, what with being in university while doing YouTube, so I won't go over the player evaluations for now, but I will say I have quite a few thoughts, which I will save for another review later down the line. Anyways, at the time of writing, Barca have gone on to destroy Real Betis in the Copa del Rey, and it's great that Barca are providing me joy because The Vancouver Canucks sure aren't. That brings us to the end of this video. If you liked it, like and subscribe, follow my Instagram and my Twitter, yada yada yada, and I'll see you next time. Take care.